What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, okay, we're coming back to Smashing Pumpkins. Yes, indeed, Smashing Pumpkins fans feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all the clicks and the likes and the bibbidi-bobbidi bop, do me a favor. Before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from... Okay, I want y'all to keep in mind there's only one requester, okay? This is just one person. This is a request from Beavis and Pumpkinhead. No joke. Beavis and Pumpkinhead wanted to see me react to this, and also it was the winner of the Patreon request prioritization poll, winning with 38% of the vote. It was close. It was very, very close. It was number 665 in the queue. It got bumped straight up to number 1. So yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, your voice, your vote does matter. Anyway, they all want to see me react to this. It is Smashing Pumpkins with their rendition of a David Bowie song called Fame. Now, have I heard the song before? I don't know. I know there have been some David Bowie songs that I have heard, and I don't know the names of them, and there have also been David Bowie songs I've never heard before, period. I know there was it a movie or a television show? I think, or maybe both, called Fame. Was that David Bowie's song? I don't know. It's possible. I have no idea. I'm not sure if I've heard this or not. There's a possibility. So here's the deal. When I start listening to the song, if I listen to it and I recognize it and I go, ha ha, yeah, okay, yeah, I've heard this before, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This was posted by Pumpkinhead 1977, okay? And the video has 648 views. Not gonna get you there, sorry. Look, I'm sure the song is fine, okay? I'm sure the song is fine. I'm sure the video is fine. I'm just saying, 648 views, not gonna get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Smashing Pumpkins, Fame, David Bowie, meaning it's a David Bowie cover, audio, live in Melbourne, Australia, 2/23/15. Cool. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
pause. I hear a guitar solo. Let me back up a little bit. We can do the whole guitar solo without having to pause in the middle of it. Okay, first things first. Do I recognize the song? No. This does not sound familiar to me at all. Now, that could be because Smashing Pumpkins might be taking this so far out into left field that, you know, it's impossible to recognize. There is a possibility. But I gotta be honest with you, folks, I like what I'm hearing. I don't know if Smashing Pumpkins mutated this in any way. I don't know if they're playing it like a carbon copy cover. I have no idea because I don't recognize it. But I will say this, what Smashing Pumpkins are doing, I'm digging. Those chords, it's so simple. Just E chord, boom, 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 and then a little riff, do do do, boom, 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 do 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 down. Yeah, it's cracking my ribs, man. I'm digging it. I am absolutely digging it. It's heavy. It's articulate. There's no muddiness to it. It is just a straight up, simple E chord crack your ribs attack that I am absolutely feeling, and I'm absolutely digging it. Is it impressive? No, it's not impressive at all. It's an E chord, but the way they're doing it and the way they're emphasizing the attack, it feels really nice. It feels really nice, man. It feels so heavy. I'm absolutely digging it. Let's keep going. Let's not interrupt the guitar solo. Let's let it play all the way through without pausing. I like that. Bum, bum, bum.
I reject your bust. You're too cool for school.
That breath real quick. I heard that. Yeah, I don't recognize this at all. Like I said, they may be playing the song so differently. They may be interpreting this in a completely different way and putting their own spin on it so far on left field that nobody can recognize it. But I don't know. Something tells me they're not doing that. They're definitely putting their own spin on it, but I don't think they're going to take it so far on the left that people are going to wonder, what the hell are they playing? No, I don't think that's the case. I think it's just I have never heard the song before. Feels good though. I'm digging the groove. The drum pattern that the drummer has come up with, really nice. Got that laid back feel to it, which really adds to the emphasis when those chords come in. It makes them even more impactful because of that laid back feel in the drums. The bass is being kind of lost in the recording, unfortunately, and that's nobody's fault. It's just it's the reality of playing, you know, in a live setting, in a club or whatever, where, you know, you're going to be, I don't know if he's plugging in directly into the board or if he's playing through a cabinet, using a DI box. I don't know what he's using, but sometimes when especially if you're recording like front of house, like if you're not plugged in, if your recording device is not plugged directly in the board and you're using just a live mic, you're going to be at the mercy of frequencies. And unfortunately, bass frequency is quite often turned up very high in the FOH. And as a result, you're not going to hear any real notation. You're just going to hear, that's all you're going to hear. And it's like, where's the attack? And like I said, that's nobody's fault. That's just, unfortunately, that's the nature of the beast. Now, if you have your own sound guy and they know exactly how to EQ, the FOH board so that your bass can have those attacks, that's a different story. But, it's really kind of a coin flip. Sometimes you'll go into clubs and your bass is going to sound amazing. Other times you'll walk into clubs and the bass is just going to sound like an absolute muddy mess. And there's, like I said, you're at the mercy of the FOH at that point. So anyway, let's finish this out and we'll get to the review. One more time. Nice. I love those unison hits with the drummer. And then each time the drummer would fill out of it. Down doodle down doodle down doodle down doodle down doodle down doodle. Yeah, every time the drummer would fill out of it. I thought that was very, very effective. I was actually trying to imagine how it would sound without the fills. It would sound hollow. It would sound hollow. I like those fills. I really do. I just like those attacks, man. Man, just simple quarter notes. Boom, boom. Not even quarter notes. It's actually half notes. Or dotted. No, it'd be dotted. One. No, it's quarter notes. It just 1, 3. Yeah, it's just quarter notes, but it's on 1 and 3 as opposed to 1, 2, 3, 4. So they're resting on 2 and 4, which I really dig. Very effective. Very, very effective. Let me get my thoughts together. This is going to be an interesting one. I already kind of have a score in my head, and I'm going to blow some people's minds. I'm going to absolutely blow some people's minds when I give this score. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Smashing Pumpkins with their rendition of the David Bowie classic tune, Fame. This was a request from one person. Keep that in mind. There was one requester. This was a request from Beavis and Pumpkinhead, and it was also the winner of the Patreon request prioritization poll, winning with 38% of the vote. It was close, but they did eke out the win. It was number 665 in the queue. It got bumped straight up to number 1. So yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, your voice, your vote does matter. Okay. I am about to blow some minds because I know there are people who watch the channel who are big fans of Smashing Pumpkins fans. They're big fans of Smashing Pumpkins. And I have been very, I don't want to say critical, but there have been a number of songs that I've done from Smashing Pumpkins that I've actually really enjoyed. And there have been other songs from Smashing Pumpkins that I have not been a fan of at all. And all points in between. I don't know if I would go as far as to say they're polarizing, but they definitely, you never know what to expect with me and Smashing Pumpkins. Sometimes I like what they do, sometimes I don't. But there's definitely a wide variety, and I know if you guys are fans of Smashing Pumpkins, you know what I'm talking about. but I think I'm about to blow some minds when I give my score here. On a scale of 1 to 10, believe it, I'm having a little bit of a hard time believing the score myself, but it makes perfect sense to me. I'm going to give that an 8.3. Yep, 8.3. Believe me, nobody is more surprised at that score than I am. But yeah, that is the score that I feel this song deserves. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Now, I want everybody to keep one thing in mind here. This did not sound familiar at all. Like, if you were to just tell me that the Smashing Pumpkins wrote this song and they performed their song, if you were to tell me this was not a David Bowie song, I would believe it. And the reason for that is because I don't believe I've heard the original. This did not sound familiar at all. Now, there's two reasons for that. One, I've never heard the original David Bowie song. And they could have played an exact carbon copy of it, and I would have no idea. Or two, I have heard the David Bowie song before, but they took it but that just means that Smashing Pumpkins took it in such a different direction that I didn't recognize it at all. I'm more inclined to believe the first option. I don't think I've ever heard the David Bowie song before, and as a result, they could have played it note for note exactly like the original, and I wouldn't have known any differently. So all I'm going to say is this. What I heard, I thoroughly enjoyed. I liked this. I liked this a lot. This was fun to listen to. Simple, yes. Very, very simple song. From a chordal progression standpoint, I mean, there really wasn't anything to it. E. E. E with a little riff, do 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 down, and then E, E, E. I mean, it really wasn't much more to it than that. But man, the way that they approached playing those simple E chords with such a hard attack, the kind of attack and the kind of emphasis and the kind of thickness in the tone that really seriously cracks your ribs when every single time it comes in. It's like taking a shot right to the sternum with a straight right. Boom! It just hits you and it's like, oh! Man, it feels good, man. I know that sounds masochistic, or sadomasochistic. I know it does, but there is some enjoyment in that, man. There really is. And having the type of chords that just hit so hard that it just absolutely cracks your ribs. I love it. I absolutely loved everything about that. I like that little lick coming out of it just to kind of give everybody a little reprieve. You know, take a breath, because here we go again. Bow, bow, bow. Take a breath. Here we go again. Pow. You know, just... I know that sounds savage, but it's true, man. There's a certain level of enjoyment that comes with that. Very effective. The guitar solos, all of them. I believe I heard 3 different guitar solos during the course of this song. Very nicely done. Very appropriate, not overly played, but definitely, there was some definite flamboyance in there, but not to the point where you went, oh, ho hum, it's old tat, we've heard everybody do this before. No, I never felt that. I never felt bored listening to the guitar solos. They were really nice, and they were really nicely done, well executed, and then very fitting for the song. Never once did I listen to the guitar solos and go, where is he going with that? No, it made perfect sense every time. Vocally, liked it. Didn't love it, but definitely liked it. Very conducive for the song. I don't know how accurate it was to David Bowie. I don't know if he was singing, the exact same words. I have no clue. But I liked what Billy Corgan was doing. I did like, and I'm not being critical when I say this. I promise you I'm not. I'm actually going to give him some praise when I say this. I couldn't help but notice on that descending line where he went, fame, 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 fame. Quick breath. Fame. You know what I mean? I choked on it. Because I pinched. Shouldn't have pinched. Fame, fame, like that. I'm still feeling it. I'm going to be feeling that the rest of the day, probably. Never choke on your own intake. Whew, man, that hurts. Anyway, when he did that quick little intake, you couldn't help but hear it. Here's the thing though, he pulled it off. And unlike me, he didn't choke on it. He did it open throat, quick intake, and then went right back into it without missing a beat. That's not easy to do, folks. Believe me when I say this, I just told you. It's not easy to do, it's not easy to pull off, and he absolutely did it on the fly really well, so I gotta give him props for that, especially in light of what I just did. Listen, I enjoyed listening to this. This was fun. It was a lot heavier than I was expecting. And I think the reason it was so heavy is because of the simplicity of the song. Is it an easy song? Yeah, it is. But they, from what I could hear, but at the same time, they executed it so well. It sounded so good. And more important than sounding good, it felt so good. So yeah, man, great job. Great job on their part. And that is why I am giving them the 8.3. I feel good about that score, and that is where we're going to stay. So, 8.3, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.